The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Victory Monday, your second place Dallas Cowboys. You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is 81 degrees. Fall is trying to get here. 87 is the high. It is windy as hell. The low is 57.
Oof. It's Victory Monday!
Hey, in the back is Chris Bean, Kim's Live and Local. That is the three-time Super Bowl champion, Nate Newton. He is Shannon Grope. This is Kurt Two Pump Daniels, because 3 pumps will get you a flag. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Wingstop is here.
Hey!
Nice. One of the days we look forward to, whether it's a victory, a non-victory, whatever.
Or tie.
When Wingstop is here, it is a good day. And
yes.
they supplied something extra today that they normally don't supply. I got a brownie. Did y'all get one?
No.
Oh.
You got a brownie?
I got a brownie.
Mr. Special.
Yeah.
Triple chocolate chunk brownie. I'll eat that here in just a minute. How is it, Jesse? Me and Jesse were chowing down in the back. Nate's, we're going to have to give Nate a minute.
All flats, fry hard, hot honey.
They fried what?
Fry hard, hot honey. That's the way to go.
What do you got, Kurt?
The Louisiana Cajun spice.
The rub?
Rub, yeah.
Fry rub?
Yep.
Bone in or bone out?
Bone in.
Bone in.
You're the only one.
You know why?
And I almost said something that would probably got us all in trouble. There's been some words being said around here. That,
yeah, this has been a heck of a week.
I almost got in
week.
myself. Yeah. You got to stop that, man.
Well, the only reason why is because bone in is so damn messy, especially with all this hair around my mouth and and then trying to be on the air, and I touch the mic a lot. I know you guys don't worry about it. Y'all are just
professional eaters.
Bone in, I know. Yeah. They're better. I agree. The bone in's a lot more flavorful. They're a lot better. That's what real men eat, right? Bone.
You said it, not me.
Bone in wings. All right. Well, thank you, Wingstop. I'm sure we will be singing your praises the entire show. It's always a great day. We appreciate you feeding us and keeping our bellies full here on Hanging with the Boys. Fellas.
Hold on. Before we get into the Victory Monday stuff.
Okay. Why are you whispering?
We got to call a person to the carpet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what happened?
You tell us. We come in. Mm-hmm. We back in the studio, just chilling, hanging out. Mm-hmm. We look up on the screen. Our boy Nate is on with the show before us, the Ops. You know, that's my Ops. Mm-hmm. But that's okay.
Dropping Hanging with the Boys
references,
yeah.
That they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Lingo that they don't know. That group is nowhere near ready for that level of lingo. But you got to watch him go, Kurt. He gets in there, brother. He's
plethora.
Man, he's dropping lingo.
Plethora of knowledge.
He's engaged.
He's got opinions.
Like headphones is on. Mic is pulled up.
Pronouncing names right.
But he get on that other show, and all of a sudden, the professional Nate comes out.
Yep.
And guess what? He did it for free. He just said they were having a good conversation, and he heard it. He decided he would just stop in and sit down and give away content from our show to the show before us.
And it is always a motive with Nate. Okay. It is always
we're listening.
a motive.
Defend yourself.
The motive was we're trying the other show that I do on the DallasCowboys.com pregame and post. We're trying to get that show to go out to Vegas. And we're trying to get them to finance most of it. So
Okay.
I threw that out there on their show too, trying to let Mr. Eagleton know, Nate will do a little charity here and there, but we need you to come across for the Vegas show.
Okay.
Now tomorrow will not be free, fellas. I promise you.
So
He did say something on that show. He said something about pumps. What did you say, Nate? I heard that.
What did Chris? I got a fry in my mouth.
He doesn't have his headphones on.
I got a fry in my mouth in my ear.
He said
closed.
on that show,
Your 3-pump reference.
he said
That
two
nobody-
pump.
Oh no, they didn't pick that up.
They did not. It was like they're looking like what?
Nate goes,
What are you
three
talking
pumps to
about?
get you a flag, and they just kind of
Looked at him.
like,
Come on.
what
Everybody,
are you talking about?
No,
everybody ain't ready for that.
that show does not know what that
Damn.
means,
I'm
bro.
glad I ain't say two
Hey.
pump curve.
It was like they moved on to the next subject.
That show ain't pumping nothing. They ain't no-
They were talking about CD dancing, and he goes,
There was 3 gentlemen, about 20 rows up. We was doing the show yesterday at the stadium. About 20 rows up, I heard them call my name, right? Nate. So I went to look up. They said, hanging with the boys. What's up?
I got, you know what? In fact, I have to give 2 shout outs. I'm glad you mentioned
Yeah,
that. I got 2
yeah.
shout out. My 2 block over neighbor, Saturday morning.
Right.
Saturday morning, I'm out. I'm doing my walk Saturday morning. So I get up and I work out and I do like a 3 to 4 mile walk in the morning. So I'm walking the neighbor and stuff like that. And so I'm going one way, he going the other way, and I say, hey, man, enjoy your walk. Just, enjoy your walk. And he took his headphones off. He said, yeah, a 2-pump minimum because 3 will get you a flag. So shout out. And I'm sorry. I walk by his house all the time. He always had the show on in his garage. And I don't know your name, brother. So please tell me your name next time I walk by the crib. But I saw him on my walk on Saturday. He's a faithful listener to our show. And then I had one more. Let me find it. Jess. Oh, all right. My boy Justin Tidwell. Justin Tidwell is a watcher of the show. He and his wife got married this Saturday. Her name is Chima, Chima, Chama. How you pronounce that, Kurt?
I don't know. Sounds good to me.
Chima. They got married this Saturday. He's a big listener to the show. And she's a Chiefs fan. He's a huge Cowboy fan. And I just told him, I said, enjoy deep playoff runs with her. With her. So shout out to Justin. Appreciate you, brother, for being a listener. I told him I'll give him a shout out on the show today.
Good stuff. Thanks to all the listeners. Keep shouting everybody out. See, Nate will be nice and wave at you if you mention hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys, man. This thing is bigger than me.
There you go.
Ain't about my bad attitude. You know what I'm saying?
How was your deal on the alumni game? How was that on
It
Sunday?
was great, man. I got to see Preston Pearson. I hadn't seen him in like 2 years. He just come off 2 hips. He's 80 years old. I'm forgetting his name, but as the show go on, I remember it. Older gentleman, Fritzy. What's Fritz's name? But anyway,
John Fitzgerald?
John Fitzgerald. Got to see him, sat down with him for 5 minutes. He's either 80 or older, because those were my guys. Those were the guys that
You grew up watching?
So whenever I get a chance to sit down and just let them talk, because one thing is becoming obvious to me is like our mothers and grandmothers and fathers, they don't go anywhere anymore. When you get a certain age, you're in the house. I mean, for a plethora of reasons, you're in the house. And so I sat down and I just talked with them. I saw Hatcher, I saw a bunch of other guys, and was excited to see them. But these older gentlemen, man, I just wanted to let them know that, hey, somebody cares, and somebody, so if y'all see older players, man, give them 5 or 6 minutes, man. Let them, you may not want to hear what they're saying because they're going to repeat themselves a couple of times. But it was good. Like Cliff Harris, it was good to see him, And we always see Tony Dorsett, Tony Tolbert. I always see these guys, Kirby McCormick showed up.
Anybody you were surprised to see?
The Wolf Hunter.
Leighton Vander Esch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you ask him if he got any left in him that we could use the help?
I think that was late night.
That was him.
Yeah, he was there.
That was him.
He was there.
Yeah, and because a lot of these guys, while they're playing here, I don't get to see them face to face, and so when I do see them, you kind of like, is that late? Yeah, because I know the number, but I don't know the face, you know. And but it was good to see people, man. Dez hijacked like 3 of our shows. He hijacked the pregame show and 2 of the shows afterward. He just came up in there, man, roaring, and we loved it. He came up in there roaring. We loved it. He
Telling y'all to fix something?
no, he was like, follow Dak's lead, follow Dak's lead. Eberflus, even you. How about y'all fix this? Hey, but it was fun to see these guys. Kevin Smith, Kenny Gant, Charles Haley showed up late.
Have shoes on or no shoes?
Yes, still the same Charles Haley. I want all my guys I play with come down here. We the one won the latest Super Bowls. Don't take pictures. I'm like, Charles, stop. My wife was up in the stand saying, I could tell you was getting on Charles about something. Charles, these are our teammates, regardless of whether we played with them or not. They are Cowboys. You know, one thing I like, they gave us a free jersey. I love that.
Nice.
Hey, one thing for certain, 2 things for sure, and I love this about Nate. Shirt gonna be tucked in. That shirt gonna be tucked in.
Jersey, don't matter what, huh?
They had the jersey tucked in. I said, that's my boy. I said, that's my guy, man. No matter what, he gonna be true to who he is.
Leaving it out.
My boy said, nah. My boy tucked it. I said, I love him. I love Nate. He gonna be Nate 24/7, 365.
Did you have dress shoes on?
Who?
Dress shoes?
Well, you were doing the pregame show.
Yeah, I do. You know the shoes we wear now is cross between tennis shoes and
those casual.
You got to start mixing in like those lobster shoes you had on. Throw them on with the suit.
Yeah. I wear
Don't.
them sometimes.
Don't.
Yes.
Hate it.
You hate that look?
I hate
and I
suits
stopped
and
doing
sneakers.
that. Yeah, I stopped
I'm from the
doing
old
it.
school.
Yeah.
You put on a suit,
Dress.
a jacket,
Yeah.
and some pants.
Yeah.
Put some hard bottoms on.
My thing is that's what that new hybrid shoe gives you now. Because I'm with Jesse. I threw on them shoes one time.
Didn't feel
I'm
right.
like, wow, man, even though the colors were matching, it just didn't. And I guess that's just come from the old school way of thinking. Yeah, but anyway, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something.
Was it 41 of y'all? 41 alumni
it was
players?
nice, man.
Each of them, yeah.
To see those older gentlemen and Roger and you know, it was nice. And I tell people, and I look down the line and people say, man, you look sad. And because one Cowboy thing that I'm going to never change is it's a conspiracy against us in the Hall of Fame. When I look down that line and see all these great players, I mean, a lot of times our average players were better than other teams because it wasn't but 4 or 5 teams back in the 60s and 70s that were dominant. It wasn't like a bunch of teams were dominant. It was just 4 or 5. And we were always in the top 2. And Pittsburgh, the Cowboys, the Raiders, those were, just year in, year out, dominant teams. And the Raiders got a boatload. All you got to do is say, hey, man, get this Raider in. They do it. You know, get this still in. Oh, man, it's an all-out war to get them in. I won't vote for your guy unless you vote for mine. Come on, man. And now we got all these guys that now 80, 90 years old, and you talking about putting them in as older players. Now they can't even hardly talk or hardly walk. You know, like Drew was telling me he was getting up yesterday. Drew Pierce, he was getting up, and he was wobbling and stuff. I'm like, hey, Drew, you need my help? He said, no, I was just telling Fitzy. That's how all of us get up at the Hall of Fame. It's like 80% of the guys, everybody grabbing stuff, getting the cane. I'm like, wow, y'all better let some good players in, some young guys, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want all these busts to be with changing the dates, you know. You know, from 1975 to present, they go from 1975 to 2020.
Right. It's got a date on the second.
Got a dead date on there, man.
That's the worst part, man, is not letting these guys in that deserve it. When they
Yes.
can enjoy it and wait until
Yeah.
they, like you say, get too old or they're gone, and then their
Yeah.
families have to do it for them, and they don't get to appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
But anyway, man, thanks for asking. That was a nice thing. Miss Emily did a great job of making everybody feel comfortable. Mr. Jones gave us the I can't think of the room that he gave us. Same room that that Coach Johnson was at when we did his deal. It was a beautiful thing. And but only thing I wish is we would have had more time to introduce some of those guys. You know, to let the young people know this thing has been around a long time, and it was just so fitting that we won that game. That was my thing. Just don't let us lose the game because
Especially to Washington.
yeah, because we wouldn't. Nobody would be talking about it today. You would ask us this, but we'd be crucifying the Cowboys. You know, so I'm glad we won that game.
and it was what was the event, Kurt? Alumni is the alumni
It's kind of an
players
alumni
game?
weekend
Yeah,
thing.
it started with the girls. It started with
The cheerleaders.
cheerleaders. And Ms. M said, "Y'all doing the cheerleaders, but you know, no cheerleaders if there's no Cowboys." Well, who were the Cowboys? And one thing made me laugh. Though one lady came by. Oh, Nate, she was adamant about taking a picture. I said, yes, ma'am, let's get over here. We took a picture with a whole group. And she said, I cheered for you in 71. Ma'am, I just was about 3 or 4 years old in 71, but it's all good. No, I'm just joking, man. I'm about 11 years old and 10 years old. But I'm like, wow, she's...
That's awesome. 200 and something cheerleaders, I think. 40 something players. So
Yeah.
that's a cool deal.
great.
And
Yeah.
it'll probably grow every year too. Now that
I'm
they
hoping,
started doing it,
man.
So.
I'm hoping, man. But I'm gonna say this before we get to the Cowboys, right quick, like fans. We beat a team yesterday. I think we should have beat. Let's don't go overboard. The challenge is this: what's coming this week. We beat a team I think we were supposed to beat. Jesse will let me know what I'm thinking, right or wrong. But that's what I want to say about this game before we get to breaking it down.
All right, let's take a break. You finish
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
we gave
fries,
Jesse
man.
and Kurt their chance to eat.
Y'all
You
the
eat,
chicken, I'm about to fry.
and then Wingstop. Thank you again.
Thank you, Wingstop.
Getting our bellies full, getting
Yes,
the show
thank you.
started right. We will be back breaking down Cowboys versus Commanders on Hanging with the Boys.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hanging with the Boys. Presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels.
Back
to Hanging with the Boys. Presented by Wingstop. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels.
Welcome back to Victory Monday on Hanging with the Boys. Second segment brought to you each and every show by blockchain.com.
Blockchain.
Thank you, blockchain.com. And it's not going to stop all show. Thank you, Wingstop.
Yeah, it was so good.
So good.
It's here.
That's so good.
So good. We look forward to this every time we hear it's coming.
I didn't eat anything today.
Me either.
I didn't eat anything.
Saved up.
I
And I still have some left over.
Yeah, I didn't eat anything.
This had me a little worried because you asked him if it was Wingstop. He's like, I think so.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to get
had me
lunch.
worried, too. I'm like, man.
Nah, I remember he said the 20th. I was like, the 20th, that's a day.
Yeah. Put that on the calendar.
Yeah.
Kurt, like to give you a shout out.
Okay.
For being the only person on the show on a Victory Monday to not wear Cowboys gear.
Yeah, I debated it.
Good job, Kurt.
Good job. You did.
I like the lavender though.
Okay.
Looks good on you.
I
Looks
can't
good
get.
on you.
I finally wear some color.
Yeah, it looks good on you. It looks good on you.
Besides white.
Yeah.
It does look good on you. Also, Kurt, shout out to me and you for
Me and you. Putting me
well,
first.
actually, Chris actually got closer. He
Yes, yeah,
18
Chris.
points.
Yeah,
Shout out to me for being the only one that had the Cowboys scoring 40 plus. But shout out to Darren in New York for being the closest, 35-21. He only missed it by 10 points. So thanks, Darren, for calling in on Friday. All right, Kurt.
Yeah.
Nate gave us his thoughts. What are your overall thoughts before we get to Jesse?
Well, it's good to see them kind of bounce back from last week. It was so awful. And the defense, yeah, Washington's missing some guys, but they showed improvement. You know, they looks like Eberflus finally maybe took some advice and said, hey, let's try some more man, try some more blitz. So that was great to see. And if there's a better offense in the NFL right now, I don't know who it would be because they are rolling.
Yeah.
Yep. Jess?
Yeah, to Kurt's point, man, just last night, man coverage, Matt Eberflus, 48% of the time they went man coverage last night. They ran cover one. Let me see here. Out of that man coverage, so they just did a flat-out cover one 22% of the time of the man coverage. They did cover three 41% of the time. They blitzed 37.5% of the time. And that's what you can do when you go man-to-man. You have that extra defender that you can now add to the mix and be able to get to man. And just to show you how good the man was and how it...
Hold on, Jess. Bro, that's great. See that flavor blitz up front of Kurt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Way to go, Jess. You threw it in.
Oh, blitz. Oh, yeah. I got the blitz in.
Oh, that's actually mine.
Okay, that's your blocking Kurt. Oh, man.
But to show you how the man defense affected Jaden Daniels when they were in zone last night. Jaden Daniels had 13 dropbacks, was 8 for 10 for 73 yards, 7.3 yards an attempt. He had a 97 passer rating and was sacked 0 times. When they went to man, 14 dropbacks. 3 of 11 for 78 yards, 7.1 yards an attempt, a 56.6 passer rating, and he was sacked 2 times. So the man worked last night. Now, however you want to look at the game, right? Like they didn't have good receivers out there. They missed throws. They dropped the ball a lot. The one thing I will say from watching that defense last night, early on, there was still some miscommunications. Like on the long pass, you could tell Marquise Bell didn't know, am I following him? Is it zone? Oh, snap, I'm following this man.
Yeah.
And they got the big pass play. And then, of course, on the touchdown to Zach Ertz, two linebackers, Kenneth Murray's like, am I going with them? Oh, no, it's zone. Oh, now they confuse wide open player in the end zone for a touchdown. So there's still something they have to work through with getting that communication down in the man situation. But they tackled better.
They look more comfortable.
They tackled better. And I mean, again, when you're talking about man, it's the responsibility of the guy standing in front of you. So, of course, that I have to just follow him around. But I was impressed by the way they tackled. That has been a sticking point. And I haven't fully watched all the film. I watched a little bit of replay last night before I went to bed. But it felt like in that game you saw guys not missing tackles. When they got to where they were supposed to get to, making the tackles. And that was key. That's been a critical thing for this Cowboys defense is you've had the misassignments, you have guys, not in their proper spots. And then once guys get there, they just haven't been tackling well. That's been across the board. That's been safety, that's been linebacker, that's been defensive linemen. So you've seen a little bit of that. The pressure got was created some last night, of course, when you're using the blitzing and you're adding that extra guy into the equation. So that was a good thing. And it was a good thing, for Eberflus. Watching the game on TV in the fourth quarter, you talk about a man that was just so happy. Like you could see the relief on his face. He just 6 weeks of just getting your butt kicked. Everywhere you turn, players don't like you.
The field, the
media don't like you. Like it's happening all over.
He maybe didn't want to do it, but he's finally like, I can't take.
Oh, it was a for sure here, man. Damn, it was a for sure. But you know what I'm saying? You be like, man, here, man, damn. Well, you just like, you know what, y'all, all right, here, damn.
Even your owners,
and it worked, right? And it worked for the most part. And again, you can put it however you want to put it on the competition that they were playing last night. But you just saw a man on the sideline who looked relieved. Like finally something has gone in our favor. Finally, at the end of this game, I won't be getting my natural butt kicked by the media. I won't be getting, talked bad about in the locker room and the players and all that kind of crazy stuff. So, kudos to Eberflus, because you had tried everything your way, and that wasn't working. And for you to go out there and what's up, brother?
Nice shirt.
Yeah, for you to go out there and to go out and try something different, and it worked for your football team and even DaRon Bland. There was conversations in the offseason about him playing in the slot. Right, you saw him a lot in the slot last night, which I'm glad, because you needed him there. But also, I'm glad that he got paid. Right, he got paid like an outside corner. But now they're saying, you got your check. Here's where we need you at. We need you to play inside. And so that was the first time that pick six that DaRon Bland had. That was the first time a DB, not a safety, a cornerback, got their hands on the football at all in 7 weeks. They had 0 interceptions from cornerbacks and 0 PBUs. So cornerbacks weren't even getting pass breakups. They got one last night, and they got a pick six for DaRon Bland. So it looked good to see some of the old things we've seen before from our defense. DBs getting their hands on the football, interceptions, some pressure, and just a physicalness. There was a tad bit of physicalness with some of the guys we were looking for it from. So,
Do you think the defensive change in philosophy was from the head coach going, okay, enough's enough, we can't do this? Or was it Eberflus finally going, okay, maybe I don't have the right guys in the right system, I'm not changing my guys, let me change my system up, or a little bit of both?
I think a little bit of both. I do think, because ultimately, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, it falls on Brian Schottenheimer. Mm-hmm. You're the head coach. Mm-hmm. Good, bad, or indifferent, the results fall on your shoulders as well. So even you had to walk down the hallway and go,
hopefully he stepped up.
Like, hey, talk to me. What's happening here? I get, okay, communication. There's something deeper than that. Let's sit down. Let's watch this thing together. Let's try to come up, and you've heard him say it, what solutions? What can we come up with the solution? And you, of course, you heard vocally in the media from Trayvon Diggs talking about the man situation. And I just think that they finally got to a point where he was like, something has to change. Yeah. Like, if you don't change, you're going to force me to change you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you're going to, if this continues of us being 32nd and just about all the defensive statistical categories, you're forcing me to change you. You got to go.
Physically.
Yeah. So let's work. Help me help you.
And if it did come from that's the way it rolled out, good for them, because we've seen around here far too many times where this is what I do, this is what I'm going to do until I do get physically moved out of the way. Mm-hmm. So if they were able to figure that out, rather than ride this thing out and then all of a sudden see my system works. And you got 3 games left in the season. Like, do it. Hats off to them if that's the way it went down.
Go ahead.
No,
I
sir.
thought Elam had an interesting quote after the game. He said, "It's the most man we ever played. It gives us the ability to show off our skill set. Obviously, in zone, there's going to be soft areas. In man, we tighten it up. It was a credit to Coach Eberflus for allowing us to really show what we can do." So, obviously, the player, they've been calling for it. Yeah. And it was nice that maybe he did listen to him and say, okay.
But the biggest thing is that, okay, cool. You call for it. We gave it to you. Now, depleted roster that the Commanders came out there with, so you got to do it again.
That is what I am so. What you give now, you give yourself a true chance to judge your players for what they can do best. We know what they can't do. So now you give yourself a true. So as this season move on, and we talked about it last week, let's say you beat Denver. Let's say you beat the next team. Now, when you ask that question, hey, man, should we make a move? And if it's a player out there, now you give it some serious consideration, deciding on, okay, what we seeing is real. These guys have played like this. Now, okay, let's see if that player is out there and if anybody willing to deal with us. But the way this thing was going before that, was it the talent? Was it the coach? Was it both? And I'm with Jesse, and that's what I told you guys earlier. With what was presented to the Dallas Cowboys defense, I think we should have won the game. And I'm asking you, we should have won that game, right?
For sure.
Defensively, at least, because we knew what our offense was going to do.
Yeah.
So we should have won that game. Now, if I don't think Denver is depleted, and we'll see a little bit better. So now you got to play 10% better than what you played against this deleted team. It's just the reality of it. I ain't trying to take away from the victory because y'all know me. I'm loving victory.
Yeah. You listen. Yeah. The Cowboys didn't say, "Hey, don't play him, don't play him."
Right.
And nobody's because when the Cowboys were depleted, no one took it easy on you.
Right.
You still got to come up and show them a play. So I don't want to take away from the defense that this was, but to see your full potential and that this really can work, and I'll play devil's advocate on. Yeah. When it comes to that trade deadline, I do think 2 more victories are necessary.
That's right.
But
if you don't get them,
but what I do think is just from history, from like I said, playing for this organization and covering this organization, the combination of 2 for the last 15 years, the philosophy of the Joneses in the front office is we're not big spenders in the trade market at the trade deadline. Never have been. Right? And they particularly don't really want to spend outside of their own building. That performance last night could possibly be a crippling factor to the concept of F those picks, go and get aggressive on the trade deadline. Because I'm sure that Mr. Jones and company left that game last night and felt like, that's what we knew that we can do. And when we get Overshown back and we get Revel back, and that's going to be da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So we don't need to go spend money elsewhere. I don't need to go give up any picks, not just the first round picks, any picks to go get someone else. I got it right here.
But do you think, though, seeing what the Eagles have done and what the Rams did, that
doesn't matter to him.
It hasn't before.
That doesn't matter to him.
But now you actually have the collateral.
Not his philosophy.
And you've got the offense. But
not his philosophy.
I agree. It hasn't been. But do you think sitting back and watching the Eagles and going, you know what? If we're going to do it, this is the year to do it.
I don't.
Okay.
Because the Eagles been doing that for the last 5-6 years.
But you haven't been in this type of position where your offense is like, dude, this is
2023 was just 2 years ago.
Were you outscoring everybody at this clip?
Dak was a runner-up in the MVP in 2023.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? 2022, 2023 was that 2023, Chris?
Yeah.
And the thing is, and I'm not saying they looking over the fence, but the team that we made a big trade with, are they sitting at 6-1, 7-0? Are they just a half game ahead of us or behind us? Think about it now. Mm-hmm. When people go to, and I use that as an example, and I'm not saying Green Bay is not going to run off 6 or 7 wins. Don't know their people.
They're 4-1-1. So
yeah. So they ain't running off with this. We got 5-2 Philadelphia. You got teams that are losing and winning the same way we are. That's why I say you got to put something together to make this happen so you can really honestly come at Mr. Jones to change, because he got a lot of evidence about the league having a lot of parity. Why should I change? It's no need. we can catch this thing all off guard if we just continue to win games. Why should I change?
I guess my point, Jesse, is you did that in 2022, 2023. Didn't work out. Are you? What is the definition of insanity? Or do you just try to say, you know what? This is the time to do it. Not getting any younger. We got the offense to do it. Let's go. I'm with you though. Till they do it, they haven't done it. Right? They quit doing it. But we'll see. Maybe all those old timers generate a little nostalgia and be like, you know what? When we were winning those championships, we did go make big moves and we did go get some guys.
And DeMarion Overshown, he announced today via his social media, he's T-minus 21, meaning that his 21-day window is now opened up for his return from the ACL injury. So, they'll be getting him back. And we'll see what happens this weekend against Denver. But yesterday afternoon, the defense played well. They played well enough to make you feel good about if that's the type of performance that you're going to get from a defense. And you're not going to get pick sixes every single game. But if that's the type that you're going to get with the way that this offense is rolling.
Yeah. Let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more about this next. I don't want to get away from the Washington game, but let's talk about the next 3 games and stick with this topic a little bit about what you could do in free agency, because it's almost like a baseball part of your schedule where it goes a couple of games go this way or this way. You could be a buyer or a seller in the free agent market for the first time in a long time. Usually it's like we're good, but let's talk about that a little bit more when we come back. Last segment of Hanging with the Boys. Be right back.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by 7-Eleven, where there's a $5,000 winner every single day. Shop with 7 rewards, then play the in-app game for a chance to win $5,000 in cash. New daily cash winners only at 7-Eleven. Are you next? No purchase necessary. Ends 1/6/2026. U.S. and D.C. Ages 16 and older. For full official rules and free gameplay, go to 5k-day.com/rules. Nate, what is your Wingstop order? What did you get?
I always get the plain. I used to get the lemon pepper, but I get the plain. They last a little longer with the ranch dressing and the fries, man.
I hear I'm not a ranch eater, but I hear their ranch is like the
Awesome,
best,
off the
best
chain.
ranch. Thank you again, Wingstop. All right, real quick before we get back to the game, if we have time. I got mango habanero, lemon pepper, and the cowboy flavor, which is half lemon pepper and half hot, shaken.
Cool.
Yeah, bone out, so it doesn't count according to Jesse. My order doesn't even count.
Them are nuggets. Them are chicken nuggets.
But I got a triple chocolate chunk brownie though. That I'm
Them
not
are
sharing.
chicken nuggets that you're eating. Just
They are.
Yes,
It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Poor chicken eating his nuggets. Anyway, all right, very interesting stretch here of the next 3 games. You got Denver, which is playing really good right now. They got a quarterback that's
Played
throwing
good
it up.
for one quarter yesterday.
Yeah,
right.
throwing it all over the place. Then you're equal talent wise or better, I think, than Arizona and Las Vegas. I think you should win those games, depending on which team shows up, I guess, on defense. So you're in a really interesting part of the schedule where going into the trade deadline, those 3 games, if they all 3 go the way you want them to, you could definitely be a buyer in the market.
The trade deadline's the 4th.
Is it the
I think,
4th?
So it'd be after the Arizona game.
Before the Las Vegas game. I'll have to think it was the bye.
It's in the bye week.
Bye weeks after Arizona, right? Okay.
Correct.
So you got the next 2, right? Yeah. So if you rattle off the next 2, you could be a buyer in the market. You lose the next 2, you could possibly try to get more draft collateral and say, but I don't see ownership, even if you lose the next 2, getting rid of players. Do you guys?
Well,
the big question's going to be, to me, is Pickens.
Right.
Because if you can't sign him next year and your window is now, do you want to wait for a 3rd rounder in 2027?
Right.
Or do you want to try to, you hit up Buffalo or somebody who needs receiver and say.
But you should be able to get, a 2nd rounder for him?
I would think, but I don't think they'll ever trade him the way he's playing now. But in the long run,
right,
it might be the smart thing to do.
Which, by the way,
don't think you can sign.
How much fun is it seeing those 2 guys on the field?
And that's what makes you feel like you gotta, right? Like you gotta sign them back. And the number, honestly, the number is going to be high. Mm-hmm. It's going to be high.
30.
It's going to be, yeah.
It was 28 a couple weeks ago. It's probably 30, 32.
And every week is going to keep, because if he continues at this pace, it's going to be over 1,000 yards. It's going to be more than 10 touchdowns. And that's the number is going to keep going up and up and up and up and up. And to think about CD makes 34 and some change.
Sounds right.
I think about a $65 million wide receiver core. Like it's I don't know. I would love to have George Pickens here. They are just so fun to watch week in and week out. I don't know if they're willing to pay that. I know the franchise tag is there, but I also know the agent that he works for. And most of his guys, when you try to franchise them, it gets ugly. Mm-hmm. It gets real ugly, and those backs, all of a sudden, those hammies become a little bit tender, right?
And also, if you do that, your window after that period where you sign him, if you've got that much invested in your quarterback and 2 wide receivers, is a very small window, because then you start looking like Cincinnati, where you have nothing except that core of players, right?
Yeah. And as far as being a seller on the deadline, there has been this for a long time, maybe even going back to the summertime, there's been swirling conversation about the headbutting between Trayvon Diggs and front office people and coaches and things like that, and what they're going to do with him at the end of the season, if they're going to release him and let him go, or however that breaks down. So maybe at the trade deadline, you're looking at that and saying, let's get something for him, right? If we're going to release him, we have hopes and plans of possibly releasing him in the offseason, maybe going to get something for him now. Now I'm just saying, this is not me saying I want him gone. I'm saying that there has been friction, to say the least, with Trayvon and the front office people. And that dates back to the injury and the rehab and all the other kind of stuff. Of course, we remember was it $500,000 that he didn't get, the bonus that he didn't get, and he was saying that they knew, and they were saying you're supposed to be here. It's just been a lot. It's just been a lot. And then, of course, recently we have this mysterious thing that happened over the weekend with the concussion at home that no one knows anything about.
Steven said this morning, no update.
Yeah, like
no update on what that was.
And to be in the Cowboys circle and there's nobody that has any inkling to it, you usually hear some kind of, some little tea leaves being dropped, but nothing. That's still until there's a solid thing that comes out of that, and eventually he's going to have to talk because he's going to have to come back and play, or maybe he doesn't talk. But maybe they could be on the move of saying, we're acquiring, but we're also letting a player go.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. You're in a really unique spot that you haven't been in because you have guys that you could get rid of that people would want, and obviously that are missing.
You sure?
Well, no. I'm thinking, I'm thinking, if you're going into if you're out of it or you think you're out of it on the offensive side of the ball, you got a guy he's on a 1-year deal. Get something for him now rather than, like Kurt said, wait for him. Not sure about that.
No, yeah, I've learned over the years, and I've heard Jesse said, it's some players that are great, and then there's some players that are Cowboy great. And what I mean by that, once you slap the star on them, they become great, and they really just average players. Or they prove over time to be just average players. So when you want to put on a scouting hat or a player personnel hat or whatever hat you're trying to put on, get that mindset. Get out of the fan mindset and get into who does this player really compare to? What is his grade really is? Everybody keeps saying, because we're the Cowboys, we can just say, hey, man, Carolina, trade us this guy. You don't think they have value on their guys? Hey, man, Detroit, I know this is your third receiver. Give him to us. Hey, well, we need a fourth or a third. You got to be willing to give it up. Mm-hmm. It takes two to dance. And so when you go to talking about making a move, even if they win these next 2 games, you got to decide, what do you need? Because going to get a safety, is that really what you need? Somebody way back there trying to make a difference? Maybe that is what we need. Do you need a defensive lineman or a linebacker? Somebody that can cover the whole field and play that in-between areas. Now, once you decide that right there, who do you call? We're in the season. Who do you call?
And on top of that, you're not the only team that's looking for safeties, linebackers, defensive end. So, it's not just the Cowboys and 31 other teams that they get to choose from. There are other teams that are getting to the trade deadline who may even be more willing to get rid of assets because they are in a window of winning. Yeah. They're looking up and they're saying, we're as to use the Jerry Jones term, hanging around the rim. We're really hanging around the rim. And so, you have teams like, you already know, the Rams. They don't care about no picks. The Niners, Detroit, Philadelphia, right? So you have a couple of teams that are looking around. The Giants all of a sudden now feel like they got some life happening over there with their quarterback and stuff. So there's a bunch of teams that will be, whatever small pool of players are available from these teams. There are enough playoff pushing teams that are saying it ain't just the Cowboys get to pick and choose where they want to go with this stuff. There are other teams that will have a say-so as well, and they may a team may say, I want to work over here and not work over here. This team may say, what they offer you, the 3, we'll offer you a 2. We'll offer you a 3 and a 4. We'll pick up some more of that whatever it may be. There are other teams that are in the equation as well for the same, 5, 6, 7 players that may be available.
And no one at this stage is getting rid of a good player with a good attitude that is willing to work. The 9 times out of 10, a player that is coming to us, a la Pickens, remember he had a history. Mm-hmm. This kid was better than a 3. He was better than a 3. Mm-hmm. He was the only thing Pittsburgh had. But why did we get him as a 3? We didn't get him because he was an excellent guy in the locker room. He was an excellent this. We got him because at that time he carried some baggage. And that is what I'm trying to get fans to see. Y'all want the world for nothing. It ain't going to happen. good teams ain't letting that happen.
That's like even Tennessee, who's not a good team. They're talking about one of their players, and they're like, one of their star players, and they said, yeah, everybody else available. He ain't. He ain't. So y'all can stop calling about him.
Yeah.
Y'all can go ahead and stop calling about him because he ain't available. Some other folks around here maybe, but not that one.
Good stuff, fellas. Didn't have time to get to all of it today, so we will pick up and recap the game a little bit more tomorrow, take some phone calls, and then Wednesday, Thursday, get ready for Denver. Good stuff. Wingstop Day. Go ahead.
Where flavor gets it.
Wings. Thank you, Wingstop. We love you. Nate, good stuff. Better not get on that other show unless you're getting paid. Jesse, great stuff. Kurt,
paid.
Good seeing you.
I got crossed what I needed to get crossed. Chris, Derek, I hope you listen.
Chris, thanks for keeping us on there. And Josh, thanks for keeping them company. We'll be back tomorrow. Hanging with the boys.
We out. Yeah.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?